Alright, that started just in time. The hell? Alright, I think he just tried calling me twice. What is going on here? Hello? Alright, it's working. I'm recording.
Okay.
Alright, so one of the important things to do is to, first of all, show what it is that I'm dealing with, and then second of all, to show the evidence that it's not true. So, the stuff that I sent to you already in your email, and the stuff that I sent in that group, that's all so that you can try to get it to them. I also have, of course, the hundreds of videos recorded that show the truth too with witnesses. So after I send you that stuff, I'll have you send them the stuff from the witnesses. One of the things though is that my safety has not been a concern. They keep trying to stuff me into homeless shelters and stuff like that. It doesn't matter where they put me if there's nobody here to protect me. It doesn't matter where they put me if there is nobody who's going to investigate any of the crimes against me. You know, I mean, I'm unsafe until somebody actually takes a look at this evidence who's going to do something. You noticed with that phone call yesterday how, because you were on there, they treated me completely different than they did on all of the other videos where I recorded conversations with them. That's specifically because you were on the line. All of the rest of them, I had to call them by myself. It's the same with every single government agency. And you remember how the lady was saying that the things I was saying about the police, it's illegal for the police to do that? That's the point, is that it doesn't matter if it's illegal if nobody looks at the evidence, and I don't have the technical skills. And at this point, you know, having complete and total sensory overloads for like the last 4 years, it's something that they need to stop and listen to. The thing with Waylon Lolatai, like, I showed you the stuff about him on the news, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen the stuff that I've shown about him, right? So you can verify the stuff that they're saying about Waylon Lolatai, first of all, is true, and second of all, that he assaulted me in Boulder before he assaulted any of the other people who got attention and help.
The one in Boulder, I might be not good enough to say that I can testify for that, like confirm it 100%, but pretty much everything else I can.
What part are you not able to verify?
The part in Boulder.
Well, that's on the videos too. When I send them to you, I mean, have you read through the court documents that I already sent you?
You sent a bunch of stuff just there. Are you talking about that?
I'm talking about, well, I sent some to the email yesterday.
Let me check. I only have. No, I only got the one that you forwarded just there.
Check in your spam.
Yeah.
No, nothing
What
from
did you
Doc.
do exactly?
I sent you or forwarded you some messages, and some court documents.
Oh. Oh yeah, you forwarded me the spec email. No, I've not read through that yet. No.
All right. Well, if you read that, that'll let you know what slander was allowed in court. Um, if you read that, and then I'll send you the links to the videos on YouTube specifically referring to that situation. Um, so you'll be able to verify it not only from not only that what they wrote down is what they wrote down, but you'll also be able to verify that the conversations with the witnesses are saying something entirely different, and that those conversations do exist and are on YouTube. There's also a lot of paper evidence. My disabilities and my financial abilities, because of this, have prevented me from being able to defend myself and have forced me to live with a lot of really dangerous people.
So were you needing me to give them all this stuff?
Yes, sir. But also, I want you to explain that there's also a lot of evidence coming that shows that that's not true. It's just that my financial and physical abilities, as well as housing abilities and personal safety, are all constraining the situation.
What's not true exactly?
Do what?
What's not true?
Well, that's the thing, is that those court documents, I'll show you the parts that aren't true. You can listen to the conversations themselves from those people themselves, and then you can actually verify that it's true instead of just me telling you a story and then you go, all right, well, I can't verify it because I haven't seen anything. That's why I'm gonna have you listen to those videos if you can.
Yeah.
All right.
So we need to read through all this, then look at the document, and then watch the videos.
Yep. If you read the legal stuff, and then uh, get back a hold of me, and I'll read through it and explain it to you. I want you to read it first so that you understand what it is that's been said about me, and then I'm gonna start sending you packets of evidence that show that each individual one of those things that I explained to you are untrue. Do you have that open right now?
Yeah.
All right. If you go through and you read it, there's a lot of stuff in there that um, their body cams can verify that they omitted a whole bunch of information, but they're also claiming that they didn't have any body cams. Miss Peaches was going to go in with me, and she was too afraid to go in because she had her son with her. And I have conversations with her where we speak about that and how messed up the situation that was.
So no like other call for now, just looking through all this stuff, sorting it out and then sending it. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure, how busy you were with work and stuff. Like most of the people who were trying to help me, they were busy with family stuff. Whenever it came time to actually keep their word, there was deaths in the family, there was illnesses, there was lack of funding, there was court BS that they had to deal with. I mean, this is all the stuff that was preventing these people, and of course, long distance. These people were such a long distance away. But I can verify that even though the police said that nobody wanted to help me, probably because of the way that I act, the fact is there were a lot of people that were trying to help me, and the police were doing everything in their power to prevent it. And that's what those conversations prove.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
11 p.m. here, but I'll definitely be able to like go through all the stuff and send it
All right.
and sort it.
There's, like I said, it's a lot to go through and a lot to process. And for somebody who has sensory processing issues, they do need help going through it and processing it. It's not a decision that I have to have that particular disability, but that particular disability only comes out when I'm under extremely stressful situations. A lot of those conversations, the police were trying to pretend that I was schizophrenic as their excuse for all of the evil things that they did. I needed people to speak up, but they didn't understand. However, I have dozens of conversations with people where they verify, hey, yeah, dude, you're not schizophrenic. You've never shown any signs of schizophrenia. Also, there's the people that I was staying with. The two people that I was trying to take to court before Natalie was killed. I was trying to take Natalie and those goons to court, and I was also trying to take Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett to court. Um, and I can prove that. I can also prove that I had been attempting to do this well beforehand. I can also prove that I have called all of these places that were supposed to have helped me before Natalie was killed, and they're all basically blackballing me at this point. They're doing everything they can to act stupid, play stupid, and be stupid. Um, but that's the problem with not having someone here in person to show it to, and not having someone here in person to help me troubleshoot, and not having somebody here in person who's going to make those calls with me. All of these people that I went to for help that promised me that they were going to do these things, they never did it. You know, like yesterday when you were like, "Well, I don't know what to say or what to do." It really didn't matter. The fact that you were there made a complete and total difference. Now, if you were educated on this stuff and read up on it and looked at the evidence that I have to show, you'd realize that the stuff on those court documents, that these literally my predators were allowed to slander me on those court documents, and I can also show you where they were predatory and why.
Well, let me hang up and read through all that,
All right?
or just go back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I guess we'll stop this video for now. That's the problem with not being good with this stuff, is that people keep telling me, oh, you just have to do this, you have to do that. Oh, it's so easy, it's so easy. I've been jumping through this, all right? I didn't grow up with an iPhone at the age of 5, okay? I didn't have a smartphone when I was 10 years old. I didn't have a smartphone when I was 30 years old. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And what I got in a lot of these cases is, well, very long distance. People say I can't do anything because of distance. Hell, my predators were allowed to slander my name in order to prevent me from being able to defend myself and to make me a target by police. Long distance. It's alright if they do everything that they want to break the law in order to try to frame you, which is what they attempted to do after Natalie disappeared. The police knew within just a fucking day of finding Natalie's body that I wasn't guilty. Alyssa Rainwater was a 911 responder in that county when Natalie disappeared. She got to listen to those conversations with those officers, but she never came forward. All of these people, when it came time to come forward, didn't. They all had family emergencies, and I wasn't allowed to do or say anything. And they're like, oh, well, I don't want my personal business out there. Hell, your personal business wouldn't be out there if it didn't happen repeatedly with literally everyone. Oh, Sean, I want to help you. My kid's sick. Oh, Sean, I want to help you. I got a cold. Oh, Sean, I want to help you. My husband lost his job. But that's not what the police wrote down, is it? Because you didn't contact the police. And I know a few of you claims that you did, but you have shown me zero proof that you made any effort. You showed me zero evidence that you made any effort to do so. Miss Peaches claimed that she went in with me 3 separate times to go speak with the police. No, not once ever did she. Fucking flies, get off of my drink. The first time I went in to talk to the police after Natalie disappeared, the 29th of December 2017, Miss Peaches did not go in with me. Beforehand, I was trying to tell her what was going on. Her and her brother were busy, both of them talking over me and over me and over me and telling me I need to do this. No, you need to shut the fuck up. Listen. All right, I've been trying to tell you, Miss Peaches, for over a year what's going on. You have treated me completely like shit for 3/4 of that year. And then when you finally stop being a piece of shit to me, Natalie fucking dies just an hour before you're gonna actually sit down and help me with this shit. And then I'm the bad guy because you blew me off and treated me like shit for a whole goddamn year. No, Miss Peaches. And I had to record a conversation with you to do that. I had to record conversations with you to get you to admit shit that you should have admitted in fucking court. And then you tell me that it's my fault for breaking the law. No, it is not my fault for breaking the law. It is your fault for never keeping your fucking word. The police said I was not trying to get help. You helped me to set up those appointments elsewhere. You went with me to those appointments elsewhere. That is me trying to get help. And you never spoke up to the goddamn cops. You tell me you're gonna. You want to tell me about your frustrations and how it makes you feel. But I'm not allowed. I'm actually being abused, and you're just fucking embarrassed. Holy fucking hell. You knew I was going through this, and you made every excuse not to come forward when it was time to keep your fucking word. I told you, if you don't speak up, the police get to say whatever they want. It is their word versus mine. Because you never came forward. I told those stories and they were true. And you never once verified them. Until it was too fucking late. And I had to call you up and fucking record it without your permission. Who gives a fuck whether I got your permission or not? Miss Peaches, the one time that you knew you were being recorded, you fucking lied through the whole goddamn thing. Why the fuck would I tell you that I'm recording you after that? And after an entire year of you giving me excuses why you can't, after telling me repeatedly that you're gonna, the cops slandered our names, Miss Peaches. But you don't care because you get to see your family. You get to see my loved ones. You get to have positivity and positive people in your life. On the 29th of December, you went in a completely different vehicle. I can't verify the things that you told me that you said to the police. I wasn't there in the same room with you. I needed you there for my safety, Miss Peaches, and not once the entire time that I was there were we in the same room at the same time. Not once. I needed you there for my safety, for my protection, so that the cops wouldn't do exactly what they did. But for an entire year before that happened, I'd been explaining that. I need help in person. Stop texting me pretty words. The pretty words are not stopping the assaults. They're not stopping the threats. And then you want to be pissed off after fucking over a year, Miss Peaches. Nearly 2 goddamn years of going to you for help. Getting blown off and treating me like complete and total fucking shit that entire time. Nearly that entire time. It wasn't until December of 2017. December of 2017 that you finally stopped being a piece of shit and went, all right, Sean, I will help you. But did you? It's not my fault that your back was fucked up. My back's fucked up too. On the bright side, months and months and months and months and months and months after it is too late for me to use that information in court, it is too late because I have already been railroaded, and that solidifies my fate. The rest of my life will be hell. Because you didn't actually fucking care. You just wanted to fucking appease me so that I'd go away. You should have just fucking said that to begin with, and I wouldn't have wasted my goddamn time, Miss Peaches. You helped my fucking predators. When was the second time that you went in with me to talk to the police? The time that you were playing on your fucking phone all goddamn day and we got there way too fucking late? Because we didn't go in that time either. And then you tell me to set up an appointment. You tell me you can't quit work for a day to come help me, but then you tell me to set up an appointment. I'm like, what days do you work? Sean, you set up the appointment. God damn it, Miss Peaches. And when was the third time you went in with me? When you promised me that you would go in with me, you promised me that you would help me, and then you dropped me off there to be fucking crucified by Amanda Jonas. I needed my evidence to be somewhere safe. Had you told me that you weren't going to go in with me after promising and promising and promising that you would, had you told me that you weren't going to go in with me before I made that fucking appointment, I wouldn't have made that fucking appointment because I needed to be safe while I did it. Just like when I had to talk to those officers in, what was it, Arapahoe County? Not Arapahoe County, hold on a second. Aurora. When I had to talk to Detective Erica and Detective Hyatt in Aurora. Did you speak to them with me? No, I had to talk to them alone. How about when I had to talk to Officer Brian Valenzuela? You weren't there for that either. Or Amanda Jonas, you weren't there for that either. You were in the same fucking room with me when I was talking to those fucking people. And I put it on speakerphone so you could fucking hear it. But you don't hear shit when you're busy playing fucking games in your goddamn phone, Peaches. I needed you to sit down with me and actually fucking listen. Not tell me over and over and over again, do this, do this, do this, do this. Are you going to help me do those things? Because I've done those things repeatedly by myself and gotten nowhere. Yes, I am well within my boundaries to be pissed off. I'm not pissed off about fucking lunch meat. I'm not pissed off that I didn't get a goddamn brand new fucking Prada backpack. I'm not pissed off that my Louis Vuitton bag is a knockoff because I don't even own a knockoff Louis Vuitton bag. Who gives a fuck about Louis Vuitton? These are real life goddamn problems. Plus, your society doesn't accept people who are different. Oh no, you can't talk to Sean. Sean's a weirdo. He's way too different to be accepted by our society. The only people who actually accept me as a human being is fucking druggies. Why? Because they know what it's like to be ostracized by society too. But what's the difference between them and I? I didn't give myself Tourette's syndrome. I didn't inject autism into my veins. I didn't smoke a fat light bulb full of Asperger's. You get me? If nobody cares, they can do whatever they want. People know what help they need. When people helped me, there are a lot of times where I listened to their story, and sometimes it was pretty long-winded. And there are times when they were telling their story where I thought that I had the nugget that would fix their problem. But I didn't voice it. Do you know why? Because they were still telling me more. They were not indicating to me that they wanted any advice. And some of those great and wonderful nuggets, because I wasn't arguing with them over it, they were able to explain it to me and not feel rushed or overwhelmed while they're talking to me, because I'm not interrupting them all the goddamn time to tell them you should do this and you should do that. So they were able to calmly tell me their stories. Whereas every time that you interrupt me, it makes it worse for me. It increases my anxiety. I need you to shut up and listen. And here's why. Because many of those ideas that I thought I had that were the best ideas in the world, that would have fixed their fucking problems, when they were explaining their story, it turns out that there are roadblocks in the way of them doing those things. Well, folks, I have roadblocks too. I have a ton of them. Well, the problem with having people that are new to this, they're going to make all the same suggestions that everybody else made that I've already jumped through by my fucking self. And yes, it is going to aggravate me because they're going to want to do what everybody else does, which is stop me repeatedly and say, no, Sean, this is going to fix it. This is going to, fine, fuck you, you're not listening. No, fuck you. You're the one not listening. You're too busy making excuses. You're the one who is too busy telling me what to do, to listen to what the fuck is going on. Without someone in person, they turn off their body cameras. They call you mentally ill. It's your word versus theirs. They have the badge. You're the one who's called mentally ill. They try to stretch out the term mentally ill to mean schizophrenic in 100% of situations. Why? Because it allows them to do whatever they want and pretend they were scared. I was scared fucking shitless. People are fucking dead because of this bullshit. Merry goddamn Christmas.